Is the Spire GTX, a mid-duty waterproof boot featuring Gore-Tex surround technology and an innovative midsole, giving you 360 degrees of breathability. The Vibram XS Trek outsole provides superb grip and traction on all types of surfaces, whether they be wet or dry. For increased durability and protection from rocks, the Spire GTX has a PU TechLite toe cap and heel counter. The innovative Gore-Tex surround technology comprises of aeration channels that are molded into the midsole. The benefit of these aeration channels is that you're taking moisture from the inside of the boot, pushing it through the insole into the aeration channels and out of the shoe. A durable, abrasion-resistant mesh provides protection from debris entering into the aeration channels. And the welded upper with the NanoCell 2.0 technology assists in providing maximum breathability. Available exclusively.
Кроссовки, в которых занятия спорта будут комфортными и эффективными. Кроме этого, их можно носить каждый день на работу, учебу, прохладную погоду в межсезонье. Из двух видов резины обеспечивает надежное сцепление даже с мокрой и скользкой поверхностью. Параллельные выемки на подошве в области пятки увеличивают гибкость обуви, что помогает снизить усталость стопы. Оптимальную подгонку под нужный размер обеспечивает крутая система шнуровки.
On the trails and about 20% on sidewalks and pavement. The main thing I wanted to touch on today after 7 months of consistent use is just the durability of the shoe. So the first thing about the durability that I wanted to touch on was the outsole. And to be honest, since I wore this mostly on trails, there wasn't that much friction in its softer type terrain. But the 20% that I did take the dog out in the city and on the sidewalks, I did notice that some of the forefoot lugs in the central area here were getting slightly more worn out than the other ones, but obviously that's a pressure point, and depending on how you move, if you twist off the forefoot, they are gonna wear out a little bit quicker. Now with that being said, because these lugs are pretty flat, this is made for a trail shoe, but you can easily get away with this walking in the city or on the sidewalks. It's a very versatile type shoe. Now, one thing that I did notice is it's very subtle, but if you look between the outsole and the midsole, it is slightly coming unglued a little bit, but even when I pull at it, if I don't pull too hard, it's very subtle, but I'm sure over time that's gonna be a spot that kind of opens up as more debris and liquid gets in there. The midsole has consistently been nice and comfortable for me. The stiffness that was in the shoe has stayed relatively the same. It gives good forefoot and midfoot protection when you're out walking on the trails. Now, when we move up to the upper, one thing I like about this shoe, which I don't know if I talked about in the first video, is this more solid type plate that wraps literally around the entire shoe.
But less durable and less protective shoe. The TOA's upper felt a little bit flimsy for a hiking boot, and I can easily imagine it breaking down prematurely. If I'm going out in the wilderness, I usually prefer a more durable, reliable upper that I know will hold up for 1,000+ miles of wear, even if that means going with a little bit heavier boot. The midsole of the TOA was also a little disappointing. When I think of HOKA, I think of the brand's famous maximalist cushioning, but the TOA is more of an average amount of cushioning. And while I can appreciate HOKA's attempt to offer a wider range of cushioning options in a boot that will feel familiar to most hikers, this choice puts the TOA in a wide range of traditional stack height shoes where other options just perform a little bit better. The TOA ends up feeling a bit like a slightly worse knockoff of a regular stack height fast packing shoe like the Ultra Lone Peak Mid, rather than that familiar tried and true maximalist cushioning we've come to love from HOKA. Now, the most impressive part of the TOA is its outsole, which has a Vibram Mega Grip rubber that gave great traction over a wide range of wet and dry conditions. Moving over slick rocks during hard rain, I never felt like I was losing my footing. And the outsole is impressively durable, showing very few signs of wear after 50 plus miles of hiking. So if this platypus is starting to sound a little bit too awkward for you, don't worry, there are other semi-aquatic critters in the pond. For those going fast on the trails, you might want to check out the HOKA speed.
Hey, I'm Richard, and today we're checking out the Ultra GTX 109 from the North Face. Now, these shoes are completely waterproof thanks to that Gore-Tex membrane. You do have a very durable material for the upper with a little bit of a toe bumper here in the front for some added durability. You got a traditional lace-up system running up the front with a very smooth lining on the inside and a handy pull tab in the back as well. You also have this removable footbed that pops right on out, gives you a ton of added cushioning with every single step you take. Here we have a compression molded EVA midsole to give you a ton of added shock absorption, and on the bottom we have an extremely durable rubber outsole that is very, very flexible. Conquer the outdoors with these great shoes on your feet from the North Face.